Trapped in pornography is the subject of today's unit. Every one of you has his or her own story, and today I'm going to tell you mine. When I was 8 years old, I was happily walking near a forest and suddenly found a sex magazine on the ground. Actually, it was a hardcore porn magazine. You can imagine that I was very surprised about what I saw in that magazine. On the one hand, I was disgusted. But after the feelings of disgust and shame, there came a fascination for those pictures. A world was opened before me that I knew nothing about. Like many children of my generation, I was not sexually educated. This subject was discussed neither at home nor at school. I discovered a world that I had never heard of. When I was 12, I got my hands on some sex software which I played in secret. This was my actual entry into the world of pornography, and I realized that I am a sexual being, which to me was traumatic and hard to grasp. I was confused as to what was happening with me. I was full of shame and knew that what I looked at was not compatible with my values. I found out how to get pornographic material for free or at a low price. Pornography on the TV was omnipresent. I found magazines and eventually dared to secretly go into a video store. I did all kinds of things to get my hands on porn. But I was always afraid of getting caught by my parents, brothers, or people I knew. Actually, I was already addicted, but I would never have admitted this because I told myself that I could stop at any time. When I was 14, I got to know God in a deep and very personal way, and I was able to talk with Him about my problems. I recognized that what I was doing grieved God, and I prayed for help to get away from it. I started to lead a youth group and was excited about Jesus, but still I felt pulled by pornography in times of loneliness. After watching porn and subsequently masturbating, I was left empty and had the feeling of falling into a hole. Pornography had turned out to be a love and relationship killer. Maybe you too have been in this situation. I was frustrated, desperate, and had lost all hope to ever get out of this addiction. I thought I was the only Christian who had problems with this, especially as a youth leader. Once I asked for help and confided in some friends. However, the problem was that latter never asked me again how I was doing with my addiction. I can only imagine that they had problems with pornography themselves. The driving force in me was the fear of giving in and watching porn again. You might know that feeling. Fear of falling again, fear of not being able to withstand the temptation, and fear of being caught. I can still remember a weekend when all shops were closed and I climbed into a paper recycling bin to look for discarded porn magazines. But I didn't find any. I wouldn't stop at anything, not even climbing into a paper recycling bin to satisfy my addiction. Of course, I was afraid of being caught and was very embarrassed. I pretended having lost something in the bin and that I was just looking for it. I felt dirty and was ashamed of what I was doing. I felt like somebody with two faces, one upright, honest and happy, the other dishonest, secret and dirty. But still, again and again, I tried to get out of the world of porn and asked God for forgiveness. One day I even tackled the issue head on and told my parents about my problem. This helped me to stay clean for several weeks and sometimes even several months. Because light had come into this situation. Light came into my life and the things I had hidden were not secret any longer. Within a short time I was caught, or almost caught 3 times. The first time by my mother, but she didn't notice what I was doing. The second time by my co-youth leader. I was just shopping secretly for erotic software in an electronic store in the hope of not being seen by anyone. As I was standing with one foot in the area where they had the stuff I was looking for and about to grab something, my co-youth leader came round the corner and what was even worse was that his wife was with him. I didn't want to get caught that way. Ducked and disappeared out of the store as quick as I could. I didn't know whether they had seen me or not, but I was so embarrassed. And I had the feeling of having been caught. You can imagine how uncomfortable the situation was for me. Only last year I plucked up courage and asked the two of them if they had seen me that day, but they hadn't. It had taken years for this secret to come out. In the next unit, I will tell you about the third time I was caught, because this marked the beginning of the definite end of my addiction. I would be happy if you can be here again next time, when we discuss how to find a way out of pornography.